Okay, done with all the setup stuff. Actually, probably gotta clean my desk real quick, and then I'll switch up to the other screen. But today is a different stream than normal. We're not gonna be painting any Warhammer stuff today. I've talked about before, and I finally got around to getting the stuff for it, but I'm going to be working on some miscellaneous stuff for a cosplay that I've wanted to do for a while, and I've talked about it for like months now on the channel. So, I'm going to switch over to this one. Yeah. So, as I have said before in the past, I've wanted to do a Inquisitor cosplay for a while now. And I have all the outfit stuff for it, but there's like little detail stuff I don't have. Here, I'll move this actually here. Sorry about that. And the stuff that I want to work on today is I want to make a Inquisitor like wallet to hold the rosette and stuff. I don't know if I'm still going to use this piece for the rosette or if I will actually make it out of foam or not. So I have some leather sitting off to the side here for that project. I also want to make some detail stuff for the Inquisitor's weapon that I want to use. I don't know if I can show it on stream or not. It is just an airsoft gun, but I don't know YouTube's whole legal laws when it comes to that. So a lot of it might be off camera, but we'll see. We'll see if I can get that. I also need to do a holster for that. And the other one that I've wanted for so long, because I think it would be fun, is I want to make some purity seals. So we got a couple things we're going to do here on stream today that are definitely different, and I'm excited for. So yeah, I should have been here a lot sooner, but I was just doing different things. So I don't know actually what I want to start with. Let me move this out of the way. Music's too loud. Music's too loud because I turned it up yesterday for my friends. So I don't know if people heard what I said or not already. If no one heard, I do not mind repeating. Gotta grab the stuff. And what do I want to do first? Okay, well, if I was barely heard, then I will happily restart from the beginning. I've said on the channel for a while that I've wanted to do a cosplay for an Inquisitor. Started off as a commissar, realized I didn't have all the... I couldn't find the right hat. And I realized it would be a lot better if I made it into an Inquisitor. So today, we're going to do some of the miscellaneous stuff for that. I want to make a wallet to hold the rosette and a couple other little things. I want to make a holster for the weapon. I also want to make some detail stuff for the weapon. I don't know if I will show it on stream because I don't know YouTube's whole laws when it comes to that. But it is just an airsoft gun, all that stuff. I thought I had a airsoft gun and all that. Or not airsoft. Nerf gun, but I have no idea where it is, so I'll probably have to buy another one in the future and do something similar with it again. And I want to make some purity seals as well to throw on to the outfit. There are going to be other little things here and there that I eventually do, but this is stuff that I can do at this workshop right now while I work on getting a bigger one. So yeah, I think what we'll do first is we'll work on the wallet that will hold the rosette and other little things. I've not planned out anything yet for design-wise, and it's going to be a lot of winging it. And we'll probably fail a little bit, probably do some things good or better, but who knows. So, with that being said, probably going to move this off to the side. So I have room to lay this stuff out. So this is just some, I think it's like pleather or just fake leather that I found at a grain store that I think will work perfect for this particular project. It's not going to be really rigid, which I'm okay with it not being rigid. If I do want it to be a little bit more stiffer, I can add something to it, or I could double back it. But I think this will work. I'll actually flip it around this way. And what do I know this is probably not the right type of tape for stuff like this, but I probably think width-wise, we'd be good to go with 5 inches probably. It's probably a good width. Probably bigger than we need because I want to make it relatively large. And length, I should really mark out everything before I forget. I can barely see that, but I see it. And length, I want it to make sure it can actually fold on itself. And I want to be able to see the nicer leather side than the not so nice leather side. So that could fold in on itself. I could also do a second sheet and sew that and actually have it be 3 pieces thick. That might work. Or do I have anything thicker? Oh, I realized I can use some like foam board to actually thicken it up, which I might do. Should I go with 10 for the length, but have like here be the pocket? So that means 6 inches would cover, leaving 4 exposed. I actually probably shouldn't do that. I probably should do something like, no, I want it covered. So we could do the 6 for that. That only leaves me 4. I wonder if I went with 11 inches, if it would be better. I'm not sure. This is also probably not the best table. I might move this camera and set up to the side, but who knows? Hello, Rory. Let's see, what I'd say 5. Oh, I do have a really long metal piece that I could use actually instead. I need to get a proper ruler. You know what? I've had a proper ruler in the past. I'm going to get something a lot longer. Or you gotta watch out. This will work. Yep, that's seeable. Keep you right there. And luckily, I have a brand new blade on this. Or I can literally just use the scissors sitting right here. That's probably smarter than trying to cut it with an X-Acto knife. fool. There we go. So I hope everyone's having a good weekend so far and has enjoyed themselves. I have had it very low-key. I know yesterday was a gaming stream. I initially wanted to do this stuff yesterday, but I didn't have some of my pieces and tools to do this, so I was like, I will just do a gaming stream because I've also wanted to play Space Marine 2 again for a little bit, and it just kind of worked out. Well, that's good to hear. Wait a minute. I will admit, your icon reminds me of a friend's chat or like icon for his channel. I can't remember what they... No, wait a minute. I'm thinking of a different one. Yours is an actual meme one. I'm thinking of a different guy. Yeah, the channel I'm thinking was like Herbalahoot or something like that. But I'm glad you had a good weekend and all that. Probably should have measured this. It's just the old laugh out of paint. Yeah. No, that is 100% what it is. I have a friend who he's made a meme channel, like I think called Herbalahoot or something like that, or no, not Herbalahoot. Oh god, what did he call it? It doesn't matter. It's some like random image he made. It looked very similar, so that's why I was caught off guard. Don't know if this will actually be flat across. I sure hope it is. Just set that on the floor. Okay, so I am gonna take a piece of foam board. When I say foam board, I mean like this stuff, and I'm gonna make it smaller so it can fit in an inside pocket and keep it kind of rigid like an actual wallet will. But this will also fold a little bit over. Now, do I want to fold over all the way? What's up, Nathan? Welcome to stream. I'm just trying to figure out something that I should have figured out before, and then have it fold like that, or do I want it just to fold a little bit and then still have that? Because I should cut a piece like half the length, and that's going to be the pocket piece, and then we'll have the piece up against that. Rory, what are you doing? Why are you coming in here? You're a good boy. Feels like that looks a little off, but I don't know. Let's actually cut that pocket piece I talked about. Let's see, so that's 5 and 11. Do I want to do... You know, if you are going to do projects like this, you really should have some sort of plan. Not just wing it like I do. What's up, Butterscotch? You're catching me in the middle of trying to figure out what I'm doing. So half of this is 2.5. I think if I do 4 inches, I will have a ½ inch to play with on either side, which is enough material to cut holes and sew up along the edge. No worries. Not expecting people to really sit here and watch me fumble too much, but I hope you've had a good weekend so far. And I think we will actually go and make it 6 inches. Or we'll do 5.5. We'll do 5.5. And then later, Butterscotch. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay. This is probably what I should have done from the beginning on this. Mark that. And then we're going to turn this. And line that up as well. I am actually excited to be working on this. This has been bouncing in my head for months, and I just been procrastinating. Now this is where I will actually take this knife and cut it. Wow, that is like butter. Very nice. I gotta get one of those proper, like, crafting mats and not just this, like, random bit of desk mat I have. There we go. And then that will sit like that. And I think that's a ½ inch on each side. I'm just guesstimating here. ½ inch. It's literally there. Yeah, that's not a ½ inch. That doesn't seem like to be measuring too quickly. Okay, so they got it on that side. And I can bring it over a little bit on that. And I don't really need it to be too much there. Do I actually have a Sharpie? No, I don't have a Sharpie. What I have is a fine tip pen. It will have to make do, people. We work with the tools that we're given. So I'm going to just... Yeah, and if I just line up with that corner on your thing, it should work there. Now, what did I go for a measurement again? I need a piece of paper to actually write down the measurements that I'm doing. Hold on. You right there. So we are going with try and make it 6. Yeah, 6 inches L by 5 wide. Set it to the side, grab our piece again. I think I might be able to get it out of the side I've already cut, which I believe will get me my width. But I gotta get my length. Okay, that shows up better, but I don't want to damage this pen. These are actually some really nice pens. And then... is that... 5 is... there. That. So, I have been watching Stranger Things, like I said a couple times here, and it kind of hit me today that you can boil down... So for those that are like into D&D and stories like that, I've boiled down in my head that every season, there's a DM that's running 3 separate campaigns in the same universe, and he has the characters interact with each other off and on. And then in the final couple episodes is when he does the big climactic battle stuff. And like when they have to come together to save everything. And it's been more entertaining at watching it that way. I've really enjoyed thinking of it like that. Do it every time. That's how I'm going to poke myself. I just finished season 3, and I mean, I have it spoiled for me off and on here and there, so I'm not like too concerned about keeping spoiler free with it. But Jim Hopper just died in the series. I know he comes back later and all that, but it's been fun. I felt sad watching all the people that were infected slowly dissolve and get pretty much turned into the larger monster. And just like those are family members that people in that show aren't going to get back and all that. That's how I was thinking about it. Okay, and then this should... Yeah. So that's going to work like I hope. So now, hopefully I can actually do this by hand and I don't need a hammer. But we will find out. I should be doing this like, what, 2 pieces together? If I have to, I have another hole punch I can use, but it's a lot bigger. Oh no. Am I going to have to find some way to hammer it? I think I am, unless I can force it. No, I'm not going to be able to force it. Damn it. And that is why I have... Where'd I put it? That's why I have this thing, but I can't rotate the heads on it. They are stuck. Like, that's the lock that's supposed to... allow me to switch it, but it just hasn't moved in a while. And that's a really thick thing for stitching. So I don't want to use that. Why are you in here, Rory? I love you. I love your company, but... So I can actually do that by hand. Oh, it's going to be annoying. I knew I needed a hammer. I just didn't want to, like, mess with it too much and cause my whole camera to shake. Do I have something that I can use in here? All right, go. You're fine. I'm just gonna make some loud noises and I don't want to, like... The one tool I need and I don't have it. Alright, go with Chloe. Son of a bee. What do I have that I can use? I don't think I have a damn thing. I think everything I need is going to be used with a hammer. And that is kind of annoying. I mean, I knew I needed a hammer, but okay. I guess I'm going to switch to a different project. But at least I have these two sitting on the side. I can always switch to the easier one. Keep those two there. I said it before. The other thing I wanted to make was... Let's not lose my stuff. Some purity seals. And I have a couple different things. I got actual paper. I got some gingy cloth and some white cloth. I think we're going to make 3 of each. And go from there and see how these turn out. Let's do with the paper first. long do I actually want to make this? Oh, and I have no idea what I'm going to write on these either, so I'm open to suggestions. I think I want to make these actually pretty long. Let's do it 8 inches. And so that's 1 inch. Let's do 1.5 inches in case I mess up somehow. So that's 1, and then right, because that's a half, quarter, 2, half, inch, 1.5 inches. There. To the 8-inch mark. So 3 inches all the way across should be, I think, the thing, or what was down here? 4.5. That's 4.5 there. Wow, that grew a lot. 4.5. The annoying part is that these aren't going to be properly stamped like I thought they were going to be or hoped. Because I haven't bought any actual stamps. And I've not found any proper like wax seal stamps either. Or gone on my way to make some yet. So, I mean, I found some rubber stamps that are circles. Oh, shoot. Did I bring this here or not? I don't think I did. So, we'll have to make something on stream for those. And for those curious on like what a purity seal actually is, it's a random bit of parchment that has prayers from the 40k universe on it. I got given one during my first tournament that was like a Nurgle one, which was really cool. But I figured, why are you being so weird? That was weird. All the white paper made the camera go weird. I think in universe they're not actually made of paper. They're made of like vellum, which is animal skin, I believe. So it's not like leather, it's some other thing. Because I mean, it's a lot of paper the Imperium probably goes through. So you probably need something a little bit more durable than proper paper. Okay. So we're at 4.5. I want to make a line to fold these on. What is 4.5? Let's see, I wanted to make it so from here, inch, 1.5 inches, and then from there would be 3, and then there. Then I go down here. Three, and then 1.5 inches. This should make them even. The keyword is should. If I fold it right. Although folding has never been my strong suit, so can't make a straight line to save my life. And then from here, do one of these. And now I have the lines I can actually follow and cut these out. Probably out of all the projects I want to do, this is the simplest. Because the wax, I'm going to do a mixture of hot glue. And if I had some crayons, like red ones in particular, I'd use that. I did, but I don't know where they are. So I'm going to take some red candle wax I have and mix that together. Or mix some red paint in with the hot glue. And that will make the wax for our seal. I did a while ago make some clay stamps for these, but I don't know where they are, and I think I tossed them out because I never was going to get around. They didn't look that good either for what I wanted. So I really should make the writing for these beforehand. I just glue or do that. You're all good. People are here to chill and chat. They're here to chill and chat. I don't expect people to always talk too much. So that's the first three. Now we're going to do the ones out of cloth if I can. Which I think those might... They'll definitely flow a lot better. I think this will get close to that most dingy look. But these... or this one in particular, I could coffee stain, which would, I think, be really cool to do. Oh, before I bury it, I am going to need these. Sweet. I'm glad I come from a very crafty family. Ooh. It's a bit thicker. I wonder if I should use this. So this is an old pillowcase that someone wasn't using anymore. Not like someone slept on it. It's not like stained or anything. But my grandmother, who does a lot of sewing, wasn't using it. Or wasn't using either of these pieces. So she gave me these, which I think are perfect for what I want. And I'm actually going to go with, I think, this double stitch piece here, because it's got that thickness I want. But it might not stay that thickness. Nah, we're actually going to cut it there and then I am afraid of the frayed edges, but I do have an idea to fix those up so they won't look as bad. And then let me do a little cut. That might be better. That's oddly satisfying, I think. I got one big sheet of white cloth. And we're going to do the same measurements as before, which is 8 inches down and 1.5 inches across. So I will take the pen. See, it was 4.5 was the final length. Oh, you know what I should do to actually make sure it's 8 inches first? Let me find another point that might be 8. Ah, shoot. Why am I using a yardstick for this particular measurement? I don't know. It's all I freaking have. And then 4.5. And then I'll measure 8. So I do realize this pen does bleed through on the cloth. I don't plan on using the pen here for the marks. I'm actually going to try painting them on. But I think for just this particular task, this is what I am using. And then we do a line across. Cool. Now I'll cut that out. And I don't know if it'll work or not, but my plan to make the edges not fray so much is to just burn them with a lighter. Because I mean, it's the 1st millennium. They're all grim, dark, and grudgy. They're going to be like messed up and burned. I'll try my best to do this on camera. I've seen some people do some really amazing outfits, and I want to do more of that here on the channel. I talked with some friends today about some other things I want to learn to do when it comes to, I don't know, I want to do film stuff in general, and as I want to learn practical effects, but I should also learn some CGI stuff and animation and like some coding. So there might be a couple streams where we just spend time like learning how to do this and trying to make things work. Cool, that one can sit there. Now I have to actually fold this. I can see the mark there, so if I mark it up here just on the seam, I'll do it with a pencil. It's not the same as paper, so we do what we can. And then fold it like that. See how well it looks. Any sort of projects that you folk in chat have been up to and doing? Whether it be like a other craft thing or, you know, some armies that you've been painting or household stuff. Even writing. There's a lot of creativity when it comes to writing. Come on. There. It's kind of working. Kind of. I'm getting off course. I'm getting seriously off course. Hey, this is still a project. I count that as a project. Even stuff doing around the house and all that is something that needs to be done. Okay, so now we got 3 more of this cloth color. I'd say for texture, I like the way these feel the most, but looks, the paper is, I think, the closest. Now, got ourselves a much thicker cloth. At least it feels thicker. Do 8 inches as well. And probably guesstimate that much is our 4.5 mark. No, it wasn't close. It's 1.5 inches right there. 3, 4.5. And now, need a larger desk to like spread the stuff out on. Not a lot of room at all. worked out. I hope everyone's gonna have a good Christmas season so far, and that they get to spend it with loved ones and all that. I'm looking forward to my Christmas. I'm looking forward to the year kind of ending. 2025 has been a roller coaster of a year for me. I'm sure there are people out there that have dealt with it worse than me, but it'll be nice to have this chapter closed. And I'm looking forward to a newer, fresher start in 2026, which is weird to think about that it'll be 2026 soon. See, it doesn't measure 4.5 on this one. That's odd. No, that definitely happens. It's always on and off, I think, for people. Sometimes you can get into the spirit, and sometimes you just can't. That was off a little bit, I see. So no, I was not 4.5 like I thought. It's fine. As I've gotten older, it's harder to get into a holiday spirit, I will say. But I have to then keep in mind that, you know what? If I'm with the people that I consider my family and the ones I love and care about, then I'm going to have a good season either way. Let's see if I can do this. And this one is going to be off. Oh, that's not the way that should be folded, is it? Should be folded that way. I feel like I'm weirdly rolling up a joint. I know I'm not, but... And not that I've ever rolled one in my life. It's just an odd thing. Toss that out. I actually have not done any Christmas shopping yet for family or friends. It's end of the year always seems kind of tough. Like, you kind of get financially crunched a little bit to do all this present shopping, and I'm not the best at budgeting, I will fully admit. So I'm like debating whether people really do buy presents. I should buy people something. Should do at least something for people. It's tough. Okay. So, I got 3 different kinds of cloth or paper for these purity seals. It's tough for me. It's tough trying to find a gift for certain people or people in general. What I try to do is remember past conversations I've had with someone and something that they said or done that reminds me of them. So usually when they get the gift, I'll be like, oh, well, I got it more because it reminded me of you, or it is something that you reminded me of and I'm sharing it with you. I do that the most with Secret Santa stuff because we usually try to make it funny. Like one year I got someone a lawn gnome that was, I think, in like a flight attendant suit. And I just remember some random conversation I had with this person, like, oh yeah, you said something about flying and all that. So that's what reminded me of, like, or reminded me of you for this. Okay. We'll do these 3, but I need to figure out which one looks the best for what I want it to do. Oh, and I should do the writing on these too. What should I write down on these? It is always tough to like remember conversations with people or even get to those conversations because there could be so much that's like said or done. I think I'm gonna use a paintbrush to make the marks, but I'll use not one of my good brushes. I'll use like a crappy craft brush I have. That one could work. This one. Yeah. I'll use these 2. What are some sayings that I could throw on? I should look at some actual purity seals and write on these. Or I do have one. Hold on. There it is. You come with me. So I think kind of fittingly, I have one of GW's like purity seals that they sell. I think, yeah, I have literally the Inquisition one right here. And I'm going to show it off real quick to everyone. This is what it looks like. I love the weight on this. If I could, oh, it would have been fun to make like a resin mold of this and then make that the stamp and then stamp that on all these. But I think, oh yeah, this is the Death Watch one. I think I'm going to copy this one on every single one. And even though it is Death Watch, I'll change some stuff to make it fit in with Inquisition. And it's not going to look that good, I will fully admit. Okay, I actually need my wet palette. Excuse me. That'll work. Either way. I have to add some water to that. I'm the one that's going to be reading it, so that's why I want it to actually be legible. But I'm also planning, with this cosplay, I want to do a little short film with it. Do like an Inquisitor chase scene, someone chasing down like a ganger in some sort of factory setting. Or, I don't know, maybe some random planet. I live in a very like woodsy, boony area, so I think it'll be easy enough to kind of do something like that. And I am partially a perfectionist, so I want some... If I'm making something, I want it to look good. I gotta make sure I keep my hands out here, because I'm pointing at myself. You know what's a black I've never used? I've never used this Abaddon black. And that might be fitting. Give this one a good shake. If I even can. Yeah, I think it's fitting to use a Citadel black or something like this. Give me that. Jeez, I gotta clean this desk off again. I'll leave you right there. Let me mark out where I don't want to write anything. I'm gonna pour wax like somewhere in there. Oh, should I... On this, I could probably do it. I can't do it on the cloth. You know what? We're gonna wing it straight off the bat. I was gonna say I could write it on paper and go through that, but I don't think I'm able to. Okay. I can't promise. You can come here now, and you can now listen to the voice a lot better. should go with a thinner brush. Kind of the symbol. I think I'm kind of getting it. Okay. If anyone in chat has recommendations on what I could paint for lettering, I am all ears. I like other suggestions. I feel like you guys come up with better ideas sometimes than I do. It's not gonna be as good as I hope. Might get it. See if we can kind of get the bird head shape. No, I'm actually gonna like try painting some letters on here. So that's why if you guys have suggestions, I am open to the suggestions. If you have a phrase or something you want kind of sneaked in on here, I'd say go for it. Now, I probably could just do this straight out of the inkwell. I don't even need it on a wet palette. What's up, Joseph? I hope you're having a good weekend so far. You're catching me doing something a little bit different than normal. Yeah. Oh, I should actually read this and see what it says. I am vigilance. I am the hunter's patience. I am the castellan's fortitude. I am the burning brand. I am the burning brand that banishes the shadow, the shield that holds the monsters at bay, and the sword that pierces their foul black hearts. I am oath, duty, victory. I am the death watch, and my vigilance shall never end. That's what this says here. So that's definitely, I think, one I gotta throw on somewhere. But instead of death watch, I should do like inquisitor, or like scratch it out maybe. Good night, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully tomorrow's not too crazy for you. Okay. Probably won't do the feet and all that, but it's definitely a better... It's not exact to that, but it's closer. I should probably work on the eagle head a little bit. Looks like I'm making a bug at this point. I'm trying to make it be the double-headed eagle, but I might not be able to. We're definitely going to do the eye for the Inquisition. The Imperial Moth. Yes. It's the Holy Emperor's true symbol. The Imperial Moth. The light that shines on us all. Let's see if I can actually do this well. Or do it okay enough, I should say. Honestly, that might be a good symbol for the Imperium in general as a moth. I mean, it's not as, like, bold as the eagle, but if you think about moths are more associated with death than butterflies are, and... I mean, not that the Imperium has anything to do with butterflies in general. And moths are attracted to the light, and the Emperor is the biggest lighthouse. I wonder if I made a few extras that I could actually give some away. Or, like, sell a couple, I don't know. We are all big E's little moth children. That I like that a lot, actually. We shall protect the holy lamp. The holy lamp must never go out. All hail the holy lamp. How does it actually bleed through? It doesn't bleed through at all. I want to ask if there's any Space Marines that are actually moth-themed besides Nurgle. Like, if there's any ones that, like... I don't know really what I'm thinking, but I'm just thinking something to do with moths. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I thinking about, like, lights and moths when there's literally the Legion of the Dam or something like that? Or... I can't remember their actual name. But it's literally just like Ghost Riders, but Space Marines. And I'm like, oh, that could be themed as like, oh, a bunch of light-crazed Space Marines. I don't know how the skull and crossbones really going to work. I might have to switch to just doing the eye. But you know what? At least I'm trying it. Let's better to at least try something than have never done it and not know how it would turn out. Also, that's a good metaphor for life in general. And one I should actually follow in life. Okay. I should do more stuff like this. It's actually kind of enjoyable. What the hell is slamming shit? Okay. And now we go up. Yeah, that's close. I mean, there's a lot more that I can certainly do with it. It works. Okay. I think I plan on doing a stream tomorrow as well, and it being another craft one. And we'll definitely see if I even do any... No, I'm actually going to change what the camera's set up. There's going to be a lot of, like, hammer noises and stuff like that, I think, tomorrow. Or I could do regular painting. You know what? Tomorrow I'll make an actual stream schedule for what I plan on doing. And what Yeah, because, like, we'll definitely have some more model painting and stuff like that, like normal. Or like how I usually do, but I want to start feathering this stuff in now, too. God, I would hate... Do the Imperium have have the printing press? Is that a thing, or is everything handwritten? Like, if they have the printing press, maybe it won't be as bad. But I'm picturing doing this, and I have to do, like, hundreds or thousands a day. And I think I would just go insane. It is not a job that I want at all. I would find some way to automate this. And then I'd probably be taken and, like, shot for my tech heresy. You'd be like, that is not what the Omnissiah wants. You shall paint 100 purity seals, because that is what the Omnissiah demands us. And he'd be like, it is so inefficient. It's not how it's done. Heresy. Bam! They probably are like handprint or handwritten, every single one. But I'm also picturing like the books and stuff and everything else they have to do. Hi, Rory. You can come in, bud. It's good to see you. I wonder why you like spend time with me more down here than you do with your actual owner. Like, you're not even my dog, but you spend more time with me. It's not a bad thing. I'm just curious. Oh, nope. Dog hair is in the paint. Ah. There. Kind of happy with that. He wants to sit, eat the paint. That I don't think is the case at all. But it's good to see you here, Jake. It's been a minute. I know you're probably here always watching and lurking, but always nice to see you leave a comment here and there. Okay. Now we're going to switch to this one. Oh. Do anyone here watch the Digital Circus? I've been getting stuff about it in my feed. I don't watch it, but it just pops up and I'm like, what the hell is going on in there? Oh, you did? When did I roll into the undodgeable? Oh, you do? You do watch it? Like, what actually happened? Like, so from what I understand, Kane, the weird AI that runs the Digital Circus, has been now proven to actually mess with the people's minds. And if he messes with it too much, he causes them to abstract, pretty much. Like, the whole, I guess, show was, like, to take people's theories and be like, oh yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong about all your theories that you have out there. Besides, like, a couple things where it's like, everything's true. Everything's, like, fictional, true, whatever. I don't fully know. And it now just kind of makes, I guess, Jack's had a huge crash out, but it also proves that, like, he's right on a lot of things. It's interesting. I probably should watch it. I also don't really have an interest in watching it. I don't know. I kind of like it being explained to me by other people. Or seeing, like, everyone else kind of freak out about it. And just not know what's going on. No, I don't want you specifically to. I mean, if you want to, you most certainly can. But I'm saying, like, when I go on YouTube and they're like, oh, in the most recent, like, digital circus video, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll sit here and I'll watch this. I will sit here and let you explain it to me. What happened? Sure, that's where it will go. Hello, Brie. I'm interested to see where that ends, personally. Like, I guess Gooseworks has said the ending is supposed to be, like, messed up pretty much and all that stuff, from what I understand. I'm curious if, like, the people that are in the digital circus, like, the actual humans, are just the same minds that keep getting messed with and twisted with over and over again. So, like, every time another person abstracts, how many episodes are out now? Like 7? And I think they only planned, like, 3 more. But I don't know, it popped in my head like, oh, I wonder if these are just, like, the same people that were originally sucked in that keep being messed with over and over again. And with Kane's ability to actually mess with the minds, like, he's tweaking it so that some stuff is still true, but, like, then they become different people. So, like, oh, Scratch, he transformed and turned into like Ragatha at some point, and then like Jax is someone from the past and all that stuff. Well, if a person gets a new character every time they abstract, the last clown had already abstracted when Pomni had arrived and he never got replaced. Wait, isn't Pomni technically his replacement though? I'm pretty sure like Pomni's meant to be his replacement. Well, don't they like run away from his thing? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just the mind that gets really transformed, and then it's the character gets messed up, but who knows. Okay. That's that one. Now I gotta do it with these as well. Well, isn't Kinger like one of the original people that were around? So he's seen like everyone get like abstracted and stuff like that. I thought like he was the very first person that's like, okay. So maybe Kane is keeping him around because other reasons. He kind of like needs him. It could be like a weird father figure. Oh, maybe he wasn't the first, but maybe he knew like things were being messed up, so he became, or he entered it to help people, and Kane just kept messing with his mind over time. Who knows? I've never seen the show. I don't know if I ever will, and I'm just making up random theories. So, who knows? What's up, Hannibal? Yes, I am. I am working on the cosplay stuff finally. I know. It's been months of talking about it, and I finally decided to actually do some work on it. So, I planned on doing some leatherwork stuff here and all that, and I realized I actually needed a hammer to do some of the stuff that I want to do. So, instead, I am trying to make some purity seals that I'll throw around. I have 3 paper ones, and then 2 different types of cloth that I've already cut out, and I'm going to paint on as well, and do some stuff with, and see how it goes. It's a very long and slow process of getting everything painted and all that stuff. I'm sure there's faster ways of doing this, but this is how I'm choosing to do it. Okay. Now I do need to put the paint on here. Let's see. Really should have traced these out with pencil before I actually started painting, but oh well. Each one is unique then in its own way. And there. Yeah. Okay. Who knew trying to do a bird head would be a difficult shape? gonna look worse than before. And okay. Next one I'm actually going to hand draw before I even paint it. Kind of have that, and now we're just gonna do the eye, but I'm not gonna do what I did before. Like, what is it gonna be, or like, what's my plan once I have it done? Because what I'm trying, well, what it's going to become is it's going to be an inquisitor outfit that I'm making. I have most of the clothes already, or stuff that will work for the clothes, which is why I'm not sewing or doing anything like that. I really have a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I gotta make, like the little things that will actually sell the cosplay for like what it is. As for after I'm done with making it, I'm not sure exactly what I'll do. There's definitely some, like, I think it'll be fun to do a couple of film projects with a few friends and stuff like that. It might just be cool to have on hand for if I ever go to conventions and be like, you know what? I'm going to pull out this and we'll see we'll see what people think of it and what I can do better in the future and all that. Yeah, I think it's something different than what I've done before that will be unique. Okay, okay, okay. And there. I know I've asked this before with some people here already, but if you guys got any projects I'd be interested in learning about, I'm trying to think. I don't really have anything new to talk about, which I kind of feel bad about. I wish I had some newer stuff to say and ramble about to you folks, but I don't. Still kind of doing the same stuff, still in the same boat with everything else. That's true. That is literally part of the name. It is weird project and chill. So if it is just silence and vibes and all that, that's probably not a terrible thing. Oh, someone in the Discord posted a song that I think it's based off like Gone's Ghost and all that. I started to give that a listen to. I think Dorzo is the one that talked about it. I haven't finished it yet. I should. It's good so far. Yeah, it's a good song. Also, it was mentioned yesterday, but I guess a game studio came out with. So for those that know, Warhammer does have a couple computer games. One of them being the Total War series, or at least like Total War or Warhammer Total War or something like that. It's more based in the fantasy universe, but they just announced that they're creating one actually for 40K, which is crazy for me because I thought the Dawn of War series was their 40K equivalent to that. But I'm kind of excited to see how that, pans out and all that. I haven't watched the trailer yet. And I probably should. I've seen a little bit on it. Okay. I like that eye better than this eye. This is a much, much better look. Actually, with that too, I can do this. You want me to play the trailer on stream right now? Is that what you're asking for, Hannibal? I'll put it to a vote. If enough people want to see it, then yeah, I will find a video and we can play that on stream. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I really don't want to get copyrighted is the other thing. Who just messaged? A new Lysander and Coda video just dropped. I guess I know what I'm watching later. And this just popped off. Did that break off? Or was it just glue that came off? I think it was just the glue. No, that might actually broke off. I can certainly glue that back on. I also don't need it really on. I can just use this. Oh, I just screwed that up. And screw it. That didn't really turn out like I hoped. Yeah, that's closer to actually the bird shape. So maybe it was actually a happy accident. And then he's got his tiny little feet. I'll take a look and see if it is long. You know, Hannibal, if you really want to see it, I can play it. I might have to pause and keep this quiet for a sec, but yeah, let's play it. So first things first. That, mute this, and then, okay. It's gonna be dark for a sec. Hold on. There we go. And then let me get chat to actually appear for a sec. And there you guys are. I have not seen this yet, so. Oh, wait. You know what I just realized? You guys don't have any noise. Hey, come on. There we go. Now we're good.
In the grim darkness of the far future, every soul's survival hangs by a thread.
Holy crap, this looks good.
Mankind is beset by endless tides of aliens, traitors, and demons.
That orc tank! What the hell? Wow! That's a hell of a shot that Space Marine did.
Across countless worlds, battles rage.
What the hell was that? Is that a Gargant? Holy shit.
Lead your armies. Conquer worlds. Fight on as the galaxy burns.
Holy crap.
Peace amongst the stars. There is only war.
Oh my lord. What are the factions you can play as? Obviously Space Marines. And orcs. Oh, customizable Space Marines? Oh, fuck yeah. Was that an Exterminatus in the background? Okay. Before we go from there. I'm in the same boat as you. That was good. Oh. I'm hyped as well. I mean, I heard about the customizable Space Marines like before and all that. That's what I was going to bring up. Like, I heard what might be the playable factions. And it's Space Marines, Orcs, Guard, and I don't know what the fourth one is. What's the fourth one? Did they say? Like, it should be chaos. I mean, they showed the rip. They showed the tear. Hold on. We're going back for a second. We're going back for a second. Oh. Hold on. I gotta pause this. Okay, we're back here. Let's just take a second and like look what we just saw. So, okay, here. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but like, that's the tear. That's the rip in the galaxy right there. Like, there has to be chaos. And they show it again too, right? They show it... Where do they show it? Where do they show it again? I'm like missing so much. I want to see... It's probably here where they start showing... Okay, and then... Yeah, they zoom out. Okay, here we go. This is also the tear in the galaxy. Like, I didn't realize it was that freaking bad. That is an awesome representation of what it looks like. It almost looks like it's actually a part of the galaxy itself, but it's not. Like, they made it look like it's a bunch of gas clouds and stuff. And it's so jagged. I guess they do call it a tear in reality, and it is a tear. When I picture it, I always picture it like a straight line across, but it's really not what it is. And then... trying to see like what else. They show a little bit of gameplay, so they have something. I will admit, seeing this part, seeing that, the Exterminatus in the background. Either that's an Exterminatus that just happened, like that. Or, no, that has to be an Exterminatus. If they give us the ability to do that, yeah, holy crap. I actually remember reading this in a book. I think I finished reading Master of Rites recently. And the Ultramarine used an Exterminatus on a planet, and he described it launched down, and then it was a burning ring that went around the planet. That is amazing. Terrifying, but amazing. And what else? What else do I kind of want to talk about? Like, it's good that they like showed Space Marines being Space Marines. Like, I want to talk about this part in particular. That is... They talk about Space Marines having like auto aim. And that is perfect. That is such a... That's such a good representation. I will admit, I wish they showed more of the other factions. We'll probably get more trailers as it develops and things come out. But I would love to have seen some stuff like with the Guard. Like, you showed off the two main factions, which is Space Marines and Orcs. I would have loved to see the other factions that they also have planned out as well. Oh, this. Okay. I'll talk about this in a second, but I would have loved to see the Guard actually like do some battle stuff, like show some of the characters that we'll like deal with in that, and then show maybe the Guard fighting the other faction that we're going to deal with. That would have been awesome. This, for those that don't know the lore, which I'm going to say, this, okay, I want to actually come to a good part. This is not the biggest I've heard or seen stuff like that, but this is, I believe, the Orcs equivalent to Knights that the Imperium have. I think they're called Gargants, and they're supposed to be representations of Gork or Mork. Like, they build them in the image of either one. I've never seen a model or really seen any sort... I've seen, like, artwork people have done, but I've not seen any videos of one moving around and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And this, so him pointing, I love this for a particular different reason. There is, in the detachments, I believe it's the Imperial Fist one in the book. It's an enhancement that you can pick one spot on the board, and then your next turn you pick a second spot, and you shoot a laser down, and you do like mortal wounds to anything that's within that line. It's like a 12-inch. It's from one point to the next. And then it's 12 inches across, all the way to the next point. Anything in there takes like D something mortal wounds. I think it's D3 mortal wounds. And it's literally this. The ship, like, just shooting down a beam. Oh, that's fucking hard as hell. That is hard as hell. We're going over to here. Back again. I know I haven't reading chat. I've been, okay. Now we'll continue. Let me catch up with you guys here, and we'll see. You believe you heard it was Tyrannid somewhere. I think what they'll probably do is what they've done with the other Total War series, and that's release the other factions as... sadly, it's going to be behind paid DLC. So it's going to be DLC that you have to pay for to play these other factions, but that would be really cool. Well, having the other factions come in would be really cool. Oh, that's going to be... The game looks good. I'm curious on how it's actually going to play and what people will say about it, like, a week or so after it comes out. Now, I'm going to do something I should have done the first time. I'm actually going to draw out my shape. What I should have done. Yeah, I'm gonna say do not pre-order it. It's not something I'm going to do. I want to see what bugs and stuff kind of get like shown, or what people actually think about it like when it comes out, because that's going to be really important. Like, how well is the game actually being worked on? Okay, that is a much better shape. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's what I should have been doing for the Imperial Eagle symbol and everything. With that also being said, I can mess with it now. I'm glad I watched that. I'm actually glad I pulled up and started watching that. That was really good. And then it goes up a little bit. We're kind of making a reverse heart. And then we go straight across. This is what I should have been doing. It's not going to be perfect, like I say, every single goddamn time. Now, we also got to do that. And then Lily, the legs. This is like the biggest Imperial symbol I have made so far. I don't think I even really need to do the feet. I could just do that. And now I gotta figure out how to do the head. Okay. I'm gonna hold that up. That is what I should have been doing. And that's the symbol I'm gonna try painting on this. I think the eyes have been okay. Doing the eyes freehand had been fine, but let's see how everything else turns out. Yeah, it's what I should have been doing than all these. I've been trying to copy what's on this. I wish I didn't have to do the double head. It has been a pain to do. I haven't... I'm trying to think of other games I could be excited for. All that. I heard it like the Game Awards, like something 33 won. That was the game of the... Or, yeah, that was the game of the year. Was it Expedition 33 was the name of it? GTA 6? Dude, I heard when GTA 6 is coming out, I'm going to be in my early 30s when it comes out. I'm not playing GTA 6 when it comes out. I don't want to be that old guy on games that get yelled at by a bunch of young kids. You'll be an old guy dominating this young noob. Oh, yeah, this young noob. Jesus. Hey, best of luck to you. When it comes to that, I'll say. Okay. I should look up YouTube's terms and services for a couple things. And I mean that in like not a bad way. I mean that in like some of the projects I want to do, I don't want to get in trouble for. I said before, I want to make a gun holster for like the Inquisitor, and I need to have that, I guess, up here, and it's just an airsoft or Nerf gun that I'm going to be using for that. But I don't want to get flagged by like YouTube to be like, oh no, we're gonna take down your thing because it shows a violent thing where it's just a toy. Maybe I'm being too paranoid about it. Yeah, in general, for like, I don't want to get in trouble, and I like to keep uploading here. I assume you guys would like me to keep uploading as well, and keep producing these streams and everything, so... I mean, I like making content on here. I like being... I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't really know the reason why I come on here and just kind of upload. I just do. I just sit here talking to myself at the time, thinking, vibing. Okay, that's 1/2. This looks more like a phoenix than an eagle at this point. You know, I was going to black this in, but I think it might actually be might be interesting to put gold on this. Because, I mean, it's the Imperium. They use gold on anything. Well, they'll put gold on everything and anything they can. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. I think that's good. I probably should actually hand draw the eye symbol real quick. I've asked this before, and because I'm getting up to this point, if there are any suggestions for phrasing or stuff that you want on here, whether it be something that is from your home country or something in general you like, or that's 40K themed, you can post it here in chat or in the Discord, and I will throw it in here. I figured it'd be a nice little reference thing for some of you guys to do or have. I'm definitely going to be using this one on a couple of these, or look up a few other ones, but I figured you all have some good ideas as well. So, like, this is like the representation of what I'm trying to make Hannibal. I was gonna say like 40K themed, but it could be, I don't know, if you got like a sneaky reference you want to throw in, because I don't understand like languages or stuff like that, you could do, but like it could be. I was gonna, besides look up a couple, throw this one in, which is kind of like a oath thing with it, or I don't know. I guess I wanted something that chat had or come up with just to throw on here, just to let you guys have some creative power in this project, not just me. It might sound like I'm being lazy, but I would not trying to be. I want to actually involve you guys with this. If you don't know what you're doing, the enemy won't either. That sounds like an orc model through and through, but I'll throw that on there. I'm kind of thinking on two in my head. One kind of a silly one that I've talked about before, like it's random. It's not gonna make sense when I say it, but bear with me. The one I want to use is like, if they won't go down, you're not hitting them with a spoon hard enough, or something that like along that line of with the spoon. Like, a spoon doesn't need reloading. And then I wanted to take what I've been saying after every stream, like, you know, make something awesome. What is it? I can't even remember. Like, I want you to go out there and make something awesome because I know you will. Want to, like, twist that to make it sound a little more threatening than inspirational. Spoon-fed pain is necessary. Yes. Yes, that's going on one of these. Spoon-fed pain is necessary. By the God Emperor above, spoon-fed pain is necessary. That's what it's gonna be. Oh, that could be a random scene that I do if I actually do a little film thing with these. I think I'm going to put the spoon pain one on here. Go out there and do something gruesome. I know you will. Go out there and do something gruesome. God, that's another good one. Biggie is always watching. I like both of those. See, I knew bouncing the idea off of chat would have worked. Okay, and now we'll do that one. Oh, wait, before I forget. Do I have a sharpener up here, or do I have a sharper pencil? I don't. I'm gonna write one of them on here. It's not genocide if there's no witnesses. That's a Canadian saying right there. Oh wait, spoon. Oh, spoon-fed the pain if necessary. I messed it up. I thought it said spoon-fed pain is necessary. I think both of those could be good. I'm gonna switch it up. Spoon gotta make this smaller. Both is good. Okay. I'm gonna write spoon-fed pain is that's going to be hard to paint small, but I can do it. So I just wrote on there, spoon-fed pain is necessary. And now, I kind of want to do one with using S, A, and P as the beginning letters for one. So it's like, serve, accuse, prosecute. Oh, spoon feeding. I'm still going to keep this as it being spoon-fed. I'm going to write this other one that I can't... Yeah, sap. Yes. Hold on. You're going to see how bad my handwriting is. It's supposed to be an R. Serve. S-E-R-D-I-E-D. Served. Accuse. I have no idea how to spell it. A-Q... And then... Prosecute. Search, accuse, pulverize. I like that one too. We're going to write that one down as well. Search. And then pulverize. I think I like this one more out of this one. Plus, that's actually spelled correctly compared to what I wrote, so... Super acrobatic. Wait, no, super anabolic people? Is that what that says? Okay, self-avenging program. These are all good. I mean, those are good. I like the first one the most. Let's see, and then G-O-N or G-O-C-I-D-E. Yes, from drugs that enhance your system. No! Okay. That's another one. It's not genocide if there's no witnesses. And then... Let's see. Banish the shadow. I like that line. Banish the shadow. I'm gonna write that on there. Or is there another one that was... That's a B, not a D. Good night, Joseph. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be... Yeah, I won't be too far behind on getting off. Oh, that's not supposed to be an S. That's supposed to be an O. Bend the shadows. And then I want to do... Oh, purge. Purge their black hearts. Let's do that one. How do you look up... How do you spell purge? Purge. P-U-R... U-R-G-E. Purge. There. Black. Hearts. I like that. We're going to make that be a little bit straighter. Ooh, I like that. That one I will use. Oh, darn, I could have thrown that on here. I just threw on Banish the Shadows, Purge Their Black Hearts. But I like that one. I like the land stuff too because 40K just butchered or like does a lot of land stuff. What do I do with the pen? I'll write it on here. I'll write it on the first one. I should actually learn how to say that. Sapio Abyssus Pax. Is that right? Sapio Abscess Pack. Might be close. I can't promise that is going to be perfect, but I should put that in the center. Sapio Abyss Pax. Sapio Abyss Pax. Okay. There, got that written down. And then I'm gonna scroll up and write down go I can make that be a little bit smaller. Something. Oh, the R is first on that. R-U screw E is some. U What does that mean? But yeah, I saw earlier you said sapio means wisdom. Abyss, or I guess absence, and then pax means peace. So you're saying wisdom absence, wisdom absence, or no, pretty much meaning wisdom with no peace is what you're trying to say. But I got that one written down as well. I kill, so I am. I don't think I got room on this one for it. I still have, like, these as well to, like, write on. So I don't have to do them all on the paper one, I guess. But I will write... in duty... in duty, whatever this says, and then so may victory sword. Yeah, all good. You enjoy the rest of your evening, Hannibal. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be on too much longer. I'm just going to write these out, and then we'll see what happens from there. There it is. Victories. Sword. And then we'll do lead your duty. So in duty, a bit of Latin. So may victory sword. So may victory sword lead your or guide. May victory sword lead yeah, we'll just do my vigil. Shall never end. I think that works, for those at least. Could have sworn I had a pen up here, but no, there it is. I'm gonna do this one first. Spoodfiend Pain is necessary. It's not. Okay. And then I'll take an eraser to that, and I'll get off all the other lines. Probably should have done pencil and then done this with pen to begin with. So it actually kind of pops through. Does it bleed? I think it kind of bleeds through, as long as I'm not too hard on it. Just finish this up a little bit. Okay, that does look better than the paint. I like that. It's pretty good. Now I'm just gonna lightly erase. I probably actually could have got or done a document and then printed out all this on some paper and then done all this extra stuff. Oh well. So I think we'll do that in gold and probably this in red. Or maybe I'll do that in black. So I'll definitely do that in gold. I think next stream I will get a hammer to do the leatherwork stuff properly. Or get this unrusted so I can actually switch to a smaller hole punch. Now I'll probably get a hammer so I can do that, and then we'll continue doing these. I wasn't expecting just all that to take 3 hours, but you know, it kind of did. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think I'm gonna do one tomorrow because I'm not planning on going and playing Magic with friends and all that. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, I do have a Ko-Fi account. All money that goes to that goes into getting new equipment and editing stuff, all that regular shebang. But like I always say, it doesn't matter. If you don't want to do that stuff, that's completely fine. Having you here, hanging out, chatting, being a part of the community or just the streams is more than enough. Even if you're just here for a second and you just click away. So, that's all that matters to me at the end. With that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.